What up, y'all? Coach Vass here. Thank you for joining me with OTF Audio Daily Beats. As always, if you're new, appreciate you tuning in, listening to me talk about these workouts. If you find value in them, information is in the description to support me. I will mention my little guy is up and about, and he is watching Pokemon, um, which makes my millennial heart very happy and excited. But if you hear some weird screams, it's probably him. Anyways, we're going to talk about Sunday, October 12th. This is a workout that does not repeat in the month. We got an ESP style workout on the 2G and the 3G. We'll talk about those in that order and then get you on out of here. So for the 2G key concepts, we'll see 3 blocks on the treads. Start with powerful all outs, climb a hill in block 2, finish with an endurance challenge in the final block. For the rower, we're going to repeat a 200-meter all out row in block 1, and then on the floor, work on strength with heavy weights in block 1, tempo triplet, one exercise, 3 different speeds in block 2. Okay, and then we'll see endurance work at the very end. And then looking at the 2G, unique situation, we're going to see power, strength, then endurance. So in terms of programming, this is nice because members are fresh, so they could truly be powerful in their first block. Then we're going to see the endurance work or the strength work in block 2 to help really fatigue the body, which means the endurance block at the very end, very tough to be successful with, but that's a good thing. So that way it kind of helps set up the tone for the group that is on the treadmills, where that third block is going to be pretty tough to complete and maintain that speed for a whole 6 minutes. So as we look at the tread side, block 1's power block begins off with a ramp up situation. They'll start at base, ramp up into a 45 all out, 45 walk. Base gets shorter, all out is set to maintain at the same duration. So we're going to see a minute 45, then only 45 seconds to walk. Then it's 90 seconds, 45 walk, and then 75 seconds, and then they finish out the block. So the actual time of true work is much longer than the recovery, which is why the goal is to maintain the all out. Okay. Now when we look at as far as setup, they're at base to begin with, and then shoot up to an all out. So when they hit the all out, power walkers 10 plus, joggers, runners 2 or more of that base speed. Bikes and striders, they start at base, so add 6 gears, keep those RPMs high and elevated. During these walk recoveries, they're short. So we want to make sure people drop that speed as much as possible and use the following base to continue that recovery. So 45 base, 45 all out, walk, 30 base, and then 45 all out. Now, block 2, this is the strength block. It's a hill challenge, and members are going to choose their own intensity. Based off of their intensity, as they hit certain distance checkpoints, they will increase their incline. Okay, everyone starts at 1%. They have 7 minutes and 45 seconds to get as far as they can. As they do this, we are trying to track distance to use in the third block. Knowing they start at flat road and the incline goes up, 2 ways to approach this. Hold their base all the way through, or start aggressive, and as the incline goes up, pull back on their speed. No, you're not going to throw it now? So bikes and striders, they're going to change their gear every 0.4 for the M3 bike, 0.3 for the M5 bike, and the M3i and the M5i bike and strider. Power walkers, every 0.05 is when they'll increase incline. For the power walkers, because they start at 1% or greater, if they start at 1, really aggressive with that walk speed. So if they're normally sitting around 3.5, see if they can power walk at 4, 4.2, 4.3, and really pump those arms. And then incline climbs up, they might have to then slow down. Now, block 3, whatever distance they got in block 2, we're trying to match that at flat road. They're going to choose their own intensity, hold it, add, increase as they need. At 3 minutes and 15 seconds, hopefully they are halfway to their distance goal. Obviously, if they're more than halfway, great. Stay on track, keep maintaining, you'll beat your distance. If they are under, then they need to increase their speed to catch up. Okay. Uh, if members started at their base and then as the incline went up, they dropped down, holding their base or just above it, they'll be successful with improving their distance, right? If they started at a push and then dropped down as the incline went up, they're going to have to start aggressive on here. And it's going to be tough because it's a third block. They're tired from blocks 1 and 2 already. And then that is it. Now, the weight floor side. We're going to see a couple situations here. Block 1 starts with a single arm dumbbell clean and then a 200-meter all-out row. For this setup, if you are talking to the first group on the rowers, have them rack their handle, go over the weight floor, grab a dumbbell, set them up there, but then have them go back to the rower and perform this over at that rower. That way it cuts down on transition time. Okay, that way they could actually maximize their 6 minutes here. Single arm dumbbell clean, 4 per side. They could do like a squat hammer curl as an alternative. They finish, they rest. Hopefully that movement primed their hamstrings, their glutes, and their upper back so they could be explosive and powerful as they go into all-out rows. They have a 200-meter all-out row, check and remember their time, then they do their dumbbell clean again, and then row again. This is the only block for the rower. So once we finish this block, they can wipe it down, take their weight back to the weight floor, and then we'll get them set up on their strength block. Okay. Single arm clean, obviously power movement, be explosive, moderate to heavy weight. The second block, floor block 1, chest press, floor pullover, front loaded alternating reverse lunge, 6 to 10 reps, moderate to heavy weight. The floor chest press, as previously mentioned, it's a reduced range of motion, which means members are able to kind of overload their muscles to challenge themselves with that stability at the top, but also it eliminates that stretch reflex to help build that tensile strength in the muscle fibers to press from that bottom position. Okay, that pairs up with the floor pullover. So now they're hitting the upper back. An alternative for that, of course, they do like the strap Y raise. If they want to hit more true upper back movement, they could also go into a low row as an alternative. And then the front loaded alternate reverse lunge, palms are in, alternate their legs. If lunges are not going to happen today, alternative is if you could put the benches out, have them do step ups. Okay. Now, the third and final block, we're going to see a dumbbell squat to alternating contralateral single arm upward rotation. God, that is a mouthful. Okay. This is essentially a single arm rotating thruster. That's really what it is. I don't know why they don't just call it that. But yeah, so for this movement, they got their 2 dumbbells. I'm going to stand up so y'all can see it. They start here, they'll squat, they'll press, they rotate. Squat, press, rotate. It's a rotating thruster. I mean, why do they have to make it so complicated? Anyways, 8 total reps there, 4 per side. The focus is on the lower body because they just did a like upper body dominant block in block 2. So alternative as an option is just do a dumbbell squat with a weight at their sides for 8 reps. And then they're going to do a slow tempo dumbbell squat for 4 reps. So if they use moderate weight, they could keep that same weight, 3 counts down, pause, 1 count back up for 4 reps. Then they lower down into that bottom part of the squat position, hold that for about 20 seconds, and then rest. So definitely legs should be shot by the end. And then they do it all again. Repeat until the finisher, which is 30 seconds to complete 15 squat jumps. If they finish their squat jumps, they actually get to rest for once during a finisher. Surprise! So, okay, looking at the 3G, we're going to see 3 blocks on the treads and rowers and 2 blocks on the weight floor. So for the treads, set up similar to the 2G. They're going to start off with the base all-out combo, but now it's 45 and 30 seconds. The third round is just the all-out. 45 base, 30 all-out, 30-second walk. and then 30, 30, 30, and then a 30 all out as a bonus. But then they have 90 seconds to recover before they go into their hill challenge. This one is going to be timed up with you. Every 45 seconds, they will increase their incline. They'll start the block with a zeroed out screen, so they do need to clear out their screen. How far can they get in 4.5 minutes as they start at 3% and eventually end at 8%? So when you set this block up, a great way to forecast this is treads, we're going to see a 4.5 minute increase in hill. Everyone's going to start at 3% incline, and then we climb and finish at 8% incline. Every 45 seconds, I'm going to tell you to add incline. You choose a speed. Let's start around your base and adjust as you need to. Let's clear out your screen in 3, 2, 1, 3% tread climb. Now, if you have someone on the bike and strider, they're going to start at their base gear, increase your gear as they increase the incline. Okay, and if it gets too tough, hold their gear. In total, there's 5 increases. So if they start at base, they're going to finish obviously 5 gears over the base, so just under that all-out threshold. So maybe they hold that 4 gear over base position for the last 90 seconds, or maybe they try to go up to 5 for the final 45. Anyways, they want to check their distance, and then they have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to match or beat block 2 at flat road. All right, so kind of a weird time in. So the halfway point is like a minute 37, a minute 38. So honestly, minute 30 in, are they at least halfway to their distance or better? Okay. For the rowers, they're going to do rack and rest for a 30-second all-out row on repeat in block 1. Probably see 2, 3 attempts. They might about start the 4th one, and then you're going to shut them down. But with 30 seconds of an all-out, their rest, if they truly went all out, should be around 45 seconds to 90 seconds to maximize recovery and match or beat their row distance. Okay. Block 2, stroke count row. Once again, if you have the new OT Connect rollout, members could select that 20 stroke stored program. The goal here is to keep the stroke rate 20 to 24, but a push leg drive. So really push hard, patience on that return. 20 strokes is going to take members 45 seconds to a minute, dependent on their split stroke rate. Okay, knowing that they have 4.5 minutes here, probably 3 attempts total. And they're trying to match or beat their distance every round. Block 3, try to collect at least 600 up to 1,000 meters in 3 minutes and 15 seconds as they do a steady state push row. Open stroke rate, 28 to 20, 26 to 28 plus would be a good place to be. And there you go. Weight floor. Block 1 is short because it's the power block. Front loaded reverse lunge, standard tempo, and then 2 dumbbells, dumbbell clean for 8 reps. Up to 8 reps, 4 to 8. Yeah, excuse my guy. He's cheering on Ash and Misty right now. It's great. It's great. Okay, back on the topic here. They'll repeat that until time is called, and then the second block, this is 9 minutes and 15 seconds. They're going to do 2 rounds of the strength block with just floor chest press and the floor pullover, 6 to 10 reps, rest after each movement, 2 rounds. And then we're going to hit that tempo triplet. They got the super complicated named movement for 8 total reps, slow tempo squat, squat hold for 20 seconds, excuse me. They rest, repeat that tempo triplet. And then the same finisher, 30 seconds to do 15 squat jumps. And then when they are done, they get to rest. Or as someone on Reddit likes to say, collapse. There you go. Anyways, I'm all done with this one. As always, any feedback, any questions, let me know. Other than that, coach it down.